Hello and welcome to RoboMonk Art and Tarot. I am RoboMonk. Today we are seeing a secret plan is being revealed to you. And what is that secret plan? And what should you do next? What should you do about it? Spirit is coming in and giving you a little glimpse into this secret, what this plan is, and we're going to see what you should do about it. Take action, take no action, see what it can do for you. And as a bonus, there's going to be, how do you succeed under pressure? What kind of characteristics do you have that come out? What kind of skill sets do you have that come out? So that you know this is a confirmation from Spirit to use this, maybe in this plan that's being revealed to you. So all of this ties together. Now this bonus is a subscriber bonus. It's a way to say thank you to my subscribers. So if you want to be included, hit subscribe. I always appreciate it. It helps the channel grow and it helps all of us as a community be here for each other. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here today. We are going to look at the piles now. We're going to see which one resonates with you. If you see one or more resonate with you, then click down in the description and there will be a little timestamp there. It'll send you right to the pile that you want, or if you want to watch all three, you're more than welcome to. No one's stopping you. So let's take a look at the stones. Let's take a look at the images and see which resonates for you. In pile 1, we have sodalite. In pile 2, we have moonstone. And in pile 3, we have bloodstone. So take a moment to see which resonates for you, and I will see you in that pile. Hello, pile 1. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today, we are seeing what secret plan is being revealed to you, and what should your next step be. We're going to look into what's happening now, what's happened a little bit in your past, and what's going to happen in your future. There may be different signs, different paths to take in order to be the most successful on this secret plan that's being revealed to you today. And also, we have a subscriber bonus at the end here of how do you succeed under pressure. So we can really see all of this and how it ties together and what characteristics and strengths you need to bring out in order to succeed with this secret plan. So as you can see, we have the Celtic cross, which does exactly what I just said, the past, present, and future. And I'm going to draw images that I channel from Spirit. I'll place them on the cards, and sometimes I hear different phrases or words from Spirit, and I'll type those out for you as well. So let's get started. The first image that I see is one of a shredder or a shredding machine. This is where you place legal documents or any documents that you don't want around. You just can't throw them away. They're too important. So you put them in the shredder. It shreds them up. No one else can read them. And then you can throw them away and they are safely disposed of. So this is happening right now. This is something that you're going through right now. And Spirit is telling us that you are shredding past memories, shredding responsibilities, maybe shredding old news and moving on. So you are definitely cleaning house at this point. You are looking through different memories that you've had that may not have been the best or just aren't important anymore. And you're saying, okay, I'm going to let this go. Maybe there are things around your place that you live and they used to be important, but they're not anymore. So you're giving them away. Or you're saying, hey, you know what? That's not a responsibility I need anymore. I'm going to stop doing that. I need to lighten my load so I can move on my way. The next image that I see is something that you're typically not aware of, but there's a chance for moving for you. I see a moving sign, what a realtor would put out in the yard. It says for sale. Now, this could be something where it's talking about moving on. It could be actually physically moving to another place, or starting out on your own, like you are hanging up your own sign for your own business. These are all different options here. This is an opportunity coming in for you, and you may not be aware of it quite yet. What you are aware of, I see you holding pieces, lots of jagged little pieces, and it seems like things have either broken apart or just aren't fitting together. And Spirit is coming in and saying everything you have tried has not quite worked out in your favor. You've tried so hard to make things work, and they just haven't been able to fit together for whatever reason. And this is so frustrating. This has been on your mind for quite a long time that I can see. And you are holding these pieces saying, I just can't do this anymore. I don't know what to do. I've tried every option. I don't know what is going on. And I see that all of these pieces are separate, right? All of these pieces are separate. Like things have broken or they never just fit together. In your past, I see you extremely motivated. I see a dart from a game of darts where you would throw it at a bullseye. It's about maybe 5 inches long, that kind of size dart. But on the back is a propeller. So it's going very quickly. So darts, when you throw them, are already very quick. They're weighted. But with this propeller, it's going even quicker. So I see this focus you have in your past really tried to hit your goals. You've given it your all. And Spirit is saying you've been very focused on your goals and possibly ignoring everything else in your life. Maybe this was so important to you that you said, well, I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. I need to accomplish this goal. And nothing has come of it, which I'm sorry to hear, pile one. But something is coming in that we need to see together, because this is the secret plan that's being revealed to you. It seems like there's a reason why nothing has worked out yet, and we're going to find out together what that is. So this middle card is always the change. What is going to happen from now to the future? And I see an hourglass, which is a time-keeping device from the Middle Ages or before. And it really is keeping the time of 1 hour. There's sand in there that travels from the top to the bottom, and that's how they kept time. It's on a ring, meaning it was a circular motion, a cyclical motion. So this time was always starting over, ending and starting over. So it seems like you would try and put effort into something else, try and be laser focused on that, and then it wouldn't work out. So you tried something else, be laser focused on that, and it wouldn't work out. And this really was something that got to you, and you've been so jaded and frustrated since then. You're almost about to give up. Well, Spirit is coming in and saying, don't give up. Don't give up yet. You may be thinking that you're looking in your past and you're looking about what went wrong and what's going right, what's going wrong, and you may have some time to rest. But Spirit is coming in and saying, no, you don't have time to rest, because this time piece, right? This hourglass is being divided in half. This cyclical nature of going after something and it not working out, going after another thing and it not working out. The cyclical nature is over. It's done. It's being cut in half. So your time is short to rest because there is more action that is needed, but it will be a positive change for you. So there are so many skill sets that you've collected along the way. These jagged pieces that you have are past projects that have either gone moderately well or not so well, but you've learned so much along the way. Spirit is saying to put these two together. There are two different skill sets or two different projects that you have not put together yet, meaning there's something new to be created if you stitch these two together. And Spirit is saying combining efforts is the key to success. So a great example of this is this channel. I loved tarot. I love art. I had never combined the two together. I thought about making my own tarot deck, which maybe in the future I will with some of these drawings. You have requested that, and I appreciate that. But I never really thought about combining the two until I really sat down and I said, I need an amazing idea. I need an idea that's going to reach people, that doesn't limit my vocabulary, that I have fun with the art. And this came out of it. This channel is the direct result of that meditation, that channeling of spirit. And it came out to this, and I'm so happy with this result because it's everything I ever wanted. And this is what I mean. This is a great example of what I mean. Stitching together two different projects or two different skill sets that you enjoy, it's going to bring you something different. With the people around you, they are going to see this new creation that you have. They're going to be very interested in it. And they're going to say, hey, you know what? I have some skill sets to help you out. Now you're going to have to be on the defensive on this because people will want to help you, and some of them will have good intentions and others won't, Spirit says. So you're going to have to be on the defensive, trust your intuition, make sure that you have all of the legal documents that you need to protect yourself, and make sure that you are absolutely okay with the people that you are letting in your circle. Okay? So Spirit says there are some great people out there that will help you. There are some not so great people out there that will help you. And to really meditate on them, to see what their aura is like, to see how they act, and how they're going to affect your journey. So that is one potential stumbling block that you need to overcome in the future. So this top card here is about hopes and fears, but Spirit had a little bit more of a message for you on this one. So we're going to put that in this spot. So I see you putting these jagged pieces on the ground, rearranging them, trying to make them work, and in the past they didn't. And Spirit said you were collecting skills at that point. All of these different skill sets that you're going to use now, you have been collecting, but you didn't know the right order to put them in. They seemed to kind of here, there, and everywhere. They didn't seem to mesh well. And now Spirit is saying, when you combine these two endeavors together, then all of these different skill sets are going to help you succeed. They're finally going to meld together into this awesome, amazing project or creation that you are going to introduce to the world, which I'm excited about. So ultimately, Pile 1, you are going to discover an evergreen idea meaning that it will rejuvenate itself. It's something that is constantly fresh, constantly creating, constantly bringing in new people or new ideas, which is the best way to be. And it's going to be new to the world or new to your profession. So if you are in a profession and it's done one thing one way for a very long time, you're going to be a renovator of that. You're going to be a revolutionary of that. You're going to say, we're going to do it this way now, and it's going to work so much better. Or you might bring in something entirely new to this world, which is always amazing. You know, they always say that everything that's ever going to be invented has been invented, and then humans prove them wrong. So there you go. It's time for you to prove them wrong as well. I do see 4 coins here. So 4 coins is actually a lot of stability in this meaning. It is a lot of abundance in this meaning, and it's going to actually help you say, okay, this is worth my time. This is worth my effort because I'm seeing returns on this as well. So pile 1, I'm super excited for you. This is an amazing message and plan from Spirit. So know that your frustrations are being heard, and there's actually something you can do about it. So list off those skill sets, list off those projects that you've done in the past. See which ways you can combine them that is going to bring something new to the table that you are really excited about. All right. Well, thank you so much, Pile 1, for being here today. I want to thank Spirit for being here with us today. And know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today we are seeing what secret plan is being revealed to you and what should your next step be. We're going to see what's happening with this and what's going on. And also we have a subscriber bonus at the end here of how do you succeed under pressure. So we can really see all of this and how it ties together and what characteristics and strengths you need to bring out in order to succeed with this secret plan. So, as you can see, we have the Celtic cross here. So we're going to look at what's happening now, a little bit about your past, and then what's going to happen in the future. I'm going to channel Spirit and drawings and images that Spirit gives me. I will place them onto the card and we will interpret them together. Sometimes Spirit gives me words or phrases and I will type those out for you as well. So let's get started. So the first image that I see are 3 people rowing a boat, and they are rowing in unison, almost like the competition or competitive rowers that do this for a sport. They are in sync, they are rowing in the same direction, everything is going very smoothly, and they are gliding across that water. They are feeling that flow, and I get from Spirit, you are feeling the rhythm of life right now. Things are moving along in an acceptable path. You have a good team around you, and things are going well. So whether that team be Spirit based around you or physically here in this 3D Earth realm, it's something that is really working in your favor. So that is a definite blessing for you, Pile 2. Starting off with being in a good spot, feeling that flow, that's awesome. So kudos to you. What you are not aware of, this one is fascinating to me. So I see a double-headed axe. Now a double-headed axe, I looked and did some research on this. What really struck me was this feminine energy. Has nothing to do with gender, has nothing to do with that, but it's this feminine energy. Now, what do I mean by that? It's this openness. It's this openness to receiving spirit. It is feeling that flow. When something is pressing against you, you step aside and flow around it, so then you are able to continue on. So there is feminine energy, power, and strength together with this team that you have right now. And it is quite the team. And Spirit is coming down and saying, this is more important. This team is more important than you realize. So keeping them close to you is going to serve you well, now and in the future. Something you are aware of. You may be aware of warnings ahead. I saw a black flag on a red background. The red seemed important to me at the time, so I actually colored it in red. Typically, I don't color the drawings because it takes up too much time, but this was so important that I did this for this pile. So there are warnings ahead that you may be aware of, and this team is going to have to go through something together. And you may be a little nervous about this, so it may be some kind of review coming up if you're at work, or some kind of challenging project. It could be something, if this is a friendship group, this could be something that is going to be very taxing on the emotions or relationships of this friend group. And if this is more like in a spiritual sense, then this could be something that is going to try and shake the foundations of your spirituality. You may be seeing this ahead. In your past, I see an Aries, a ram, male energy, pushing forward, ramming through things, and not really being aware of the consequences. Now, this could be, or could have been, a person in your circle. This could have been an old boss that did things very differently than you liked. This could have been a significant partner, as far as a romantic partner, that did things very differently than you liked. Or this could have been an energy that you had in your past that you really called in the male energy when it wasn't needed, right? This is something that you've learned from, something that you've separated yourself from and have grown away from. And you've attracted this amazing team with this feminine energy because you are moving away from that masculine at this point, because the feminine energy is what you need right now. In the past, it was that male energy that got you so far, but it's not needed at the moment, and you've moved on from that. So there was a male energy that you've moved on from, whether it be a person or some kind of characteristic. In this middle card, this is where we step into the future. What is going to happen? I see this card being shattered, and it says disruptions ahead. So there are things that are going to shake this team up. This team has been through a lot, but there are disruptions ahead, and we're going to see what you need to do to have the best outcome, right? Because life is a never-ending series of waves coming in, and you want to learn how to surf on those waves. You want to learn how to overcome those waves, because we can't stop the waves, but we can definitely navigate them better, right? So stay with me. Let's see where this is going. This next card is absolutely amazing. So I see 3 goddesses, strong in their feminine energy and strong in their power. And this axe that was in the bottom left card is also associated with a Minoan goddess, a goddess of poppies. And I can't fit this all into one card, so this will spread out to another card. But you are becoming and really growing into this strong feminine energy goddess, right? So you are really mastering that energy, and there is something coming in and disrupting you. Again, it's another Aries, right? It's another Aries, but I feel like you've learned so much from your past that you are able to, along with your team, avoid this. So you are gliding in the air where the Aries is running on the ground trying to disrupt this team. And it's not working because you have risen above it. You have this divine strength in you. Spirit says there's no division between you and the people around you. Stick together. That is definitely most important. Evade the masculine disruptions, meaning the masculine energy disruptions, things that try and jar you, things that try and just kind of say, this is how it is, this is what we're doing. And stay in the flow. So don't shift out of that feminine energy because you're going to need it throughout this next disruption ahead. It's going to be the best way to navigate it, even though you may feel like really just taking this head on and just kind of breaking through it. You're going to need to flow with it because, as you know, sometimes words can be that double-headed axe as well, where they can cut both ways. And you want to keep your cool, you want to keep your flow. You can be assertive, but not aggressive, right? Assertive is when you stand up for yourself to the point of still being respectful, but getting your point across. Aggressive is when you cross that line and you diminish the other person. That's what you want to avoid because that will break up your team. That will break up this amazing flow that you have right now. So, stay in that flow. Be assertive, not aggressive. So after researching all of this, the poppy came through, right? With this next card. It spills over from the bottom right card. And this poppy, from this goddess, this Minoan goddess that would carry this double-headed axe, this poppy is red and black as well, just like the warning signs that you see. So you are able to match that frequency to evade those disruptions because you are channeling this goddess feminine energy that's flowing through you. So with this poppy, the meaning of it, it's resilience against adversity and channeling the divine in your sleep. So you may get signs, you may get dream signs that are coming to you of how to avoid what is coming up, this disruption coming up, and being able to really clue in your team of what it is you want to do and what to do next so you can stick together. The top right card, I see you and your team. You have like this dance-like quality. You are poised like a dancer. You have your arms outstretched upwards towards the divine. And Spirit is coming in and saying, plan ahead and move as one. So always Know what the others are doing. Have the others know what you are doing. Move as one, move as a unit, and you will get through this. I see you having the wings of an angel really through this, and it's really how you are channeling the divine spirit, channeling the different entities that are helping you, and really soaring over this like this bottom right card. So you're going to get through this, whatever this disruption is, because it's different with the general reading. It's going to be different for different people, but these are great clues on what to do. This secret plan that Spirit is revealing to you, it's an amazing step-by-step process of what to do when this does come through. The last image that I get is 3 chevrons, and this represents the 3 of your team. Now there may be more of you, there may be less of you, at least 2 or more, right? But this represents each person in this team that's depicted in this reading. So the chevrons have a history and an ancient symbolism. They symbolize bravery, stability, strength, balance, and justice. This is something that you will accomplish if you stick together, if you move as one, if you channel the divine, if you glide above in that feminine goddess energy and move around that pressure or that disruption and be assertive, not aggressive. Okay, pile 2, that was it. That was quite the reading, wasn't it? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sticking to the end, because this was a lot of information coming for you today. So I appreciate you being here, and I hope this brings you clarity. And I want to thank Spirit for being here with us today too. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today, we are seeing what secret plan is being revealed to you. What should your next step be? When you know the plan, what should you do? And we also have a subscriber bonus of how do you succeed under pressure? What are some characteristics or strengths that you call upon when you're under pressure that makes you succeed? So we have a lot that's wrapped up into all of this. It all flows together. So I'm really excited to see what the secret plan is for you, Pile 3. And it really can be about any topic. We're going to see what that is. And what you see here is the Celtic Cross. It's one of my favorites. And it deals with what's happening now, a little bit about the past, and then about the future. So I'm going to draw the images that Spirit gives me, and I will place them on the cards. Sometimes I hear words or phrases from Spirit too, so I'll type those out, and then we'll interpret them together. So let's get started. The first image that I see is you bending over with your hands on your knees, and you are looking over this cliff. Down below, there's a lot of fog down there. There is enormous amounts of fog. You can't see anything, but you're very curious to see what's down there. You want to know what's next, what's going to happen, but you're unable to see a way forward. It's just not been revealed to you yet, and maybe the time is now. So let's see what else is happening. What you are not aware of, and maybe partially aware of, but maybe not to the extent of what's happening, is that you have a burning desire to be with someone. And it seems that a lot of your decisions are being based on this. You have this driving motivation to be with someone. And that's not a bad thing. It's just something that is very strong in you right now. This is a very strong energy flowing through you, and you just may not be aware of how strong it is. And I see you, and you are both fire elementals, and you are holding hands, and you're burning brightly next to each other. So this is something that you truly want. This is something that you think about often, and it motivates you daily. So this top card is something that you are aware of. And I found it very curious because I saw this balloon animal. This balloon animal is a long balloon that has been twisted and tied in a certain way to look like an animal. And this animal is a dog. The balloon is a blue color. So we have a blue dog balloon animal. Try and say that 10 times fast. So with this, there's a lot of symbolism going into this. So the blue, you may be evaluating your past romances. What went right? What went wrong? What are some things that you need to go towards as far as characteristics that you liked, and some characteristics that you need to stay away from? Now, the fact that this is a dog, dogs can be very loyal. They're very loyal to their human. And this is something that I feel has been a problem for you in the past, in past relationships, that this is something that you are really focusing on now. You need to find that loyalty. So thus, the blue dog balloon animal. The balloon itself can be one of celebrations, and you really do want to celebrate finding this person. It just hasn't happened yet. In your past, this is a confirmation of what I just said, but I got a flash of a realistic dog baring its teeth at you. And this was a person that you thought was loyal to you, and it became a problem where the relationship had to end. And so you have moved on from that. You've done your shadow work about that, meaning that you've really explored your feelings. You know where you stand on that. You know where you're going. You know what you want in a relationship because of this balloon animal. You know you want loyalty in a person that is going to be worth your time. But you also want passion. That's why you have this fire elemental. Deep down inside, you want this passion as well. You want this person to be really into you, and you want to be really into them. And that makes sense. That makes sense. You want a loyal person that's passionately with you. So I feel like this has been some time since this past relationship, and there has been some frozen emotion that has happened. I see this big ship that is on icy waters, and the ice has frozen over. This ship is coming in and cutting through this ice. They do this in the northernmost parts of the world where they need shipping lanes, and they have ice cutters come through and break up the ice so the other ships can get through. This ice cutter is coming and actually breaking up this water, this frozen emotion. So maybe you haven't allowed yourself to feel this passion, to feel this love, because you really haven't found anyone that seems worth it yet. And you want to reserve that for that person that is totally worth it, which is understandable. So Spirit, what are some specifics on this? When is this ice cutter coming in? What is going to make it enter Pile 3's life? I see a group activity. I see people that are stretching and preparing for something. It looks like a competition or a group activity where there might be dancing or some kind of physical nature involved. This could be an aerobics class. This could be some kind of, as I said, sports competition. This somewhere or some kind of group activity that there are a lot of people there for the same reason, and they are on the physical side of things. I see them actually warming up for this. So that is something to keep in mind. If you get a chance to go to something that is, say, like a dance tryout or a yoga tryout, or like a free lesson somewhere, or there's even being a spectator, okay, at a competition, I would go. This seems like a great place where you're going to meet this person. This seems like a clue from Spirit to take advantage of this. The next card that I see is one of a heart on fire. And you are finding that passion that you are seeking. You are finding that person that you are actually going to invest in. Invest your time, invest your love, your emotions, and that passion. You are finding that person that is worth it, that is worth your time. And that is so special, pile 3. So special. The top right card is held for hopes or fears. And I saw a big fear of yours, a huge X. Now, immediately I thought that this was a fear of not having anyone out there for you. But this also could be a fear of a repeat of an ex relationship that you have as well. So that dog that bared its teeth, that disloyalty, something of that nature, you have that fear that it's going to happen again. Spirit is coming down and saying that this person that you're going to meet is not going to be like that. Now, always do a double check with Spirit. Do a double check with their aura. Do some energy searching on them, right? See how they feel with you next to them. It seems like you're going to feel this fire, because this next card is literally on fire. I see flames everywhere. There is not a destructive flame, but this flame of creation, this flame of passion. There's so much passion between you two that I think you're going to want to just be together. I think there's not going to be anything that's going to pull you apart, because there's so much passion, emotionally and physically. But what I love to see at the center of this is this durable steel, because you can have this passion and then it goes away, it all burns up. It's a flash in the pan, as they say. But this is not the case with this person, because it's actually at the heart of it very durable. And Spirit is saying that this is a passionate yet durable love coming in for you, pile 3. So you have both sides. You have that reliability, you have that loyalty, and you have that passion. What an amazing trifecta. An amazing combination, right? So, pile 3, I'm super excited for you. Manifest this, right? See if this resonates with you. See if this is something that you want to act on. But this is a secret plan that's being revealed to you. The key component is this group activity or competition that you go to, right, to meet this person. So this is something that is very important to have this plan succeed. You got to be there. You got to show up in order to meet this person. So, pile 3, I'm very excited for you. I hope this brings you some clarity. And I want to thank you for being here with me today. I want to thank Spirit for being here with us today. Know that you're loved, Know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the subscriber bonus. Glad to have you here. We're going to use these two decks to take a look at what kind of characteristics come out when you are trying to succeed under pressure. What is it that helps you succeed under the pressure when it's actually happening in your life? So we are going to look at these two decks and see what we find. I'm going to shuffle on screen here for you so you know that it is all up to snuff, as they say. And I like to just give it a good shuffle here. These are two nature-based decks, which I love. This is the Wildwood Tarot, and it's not actually based on the Rider-Waite scheme. There's a couple of cards in here that are somewhat similar, but overall it has its own mechanism of how it works, which, you know, the Rider-Waite is awesome, but I love variety, as you all know. So that's why I started the drawings myself, but I also love variety when it comes to the systems of tarot as well, just to get more messages in that we need from Spirit. I always love more clarity, more messages, so we know what actually is going on. All right, so we're going to combine these two piles here. And put that there. And then we're going to shuffle this here too. And if you aren't into shuffling, there's a timestamp down below where I actually just kind of call this out and say, hey, this is the shuffling. And I need to split this, Spirit's sake. Okay. This is the shuffling part, and then we go into the reading part there too. So you can always skip the shuffling if you want to. But I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. And if not, if you need some love and light, I'm sending it to you. Know that we have a very positive community here, and we're just here to support each other. You know, we're here to get through this 3D Earth plane together. And sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's an amazing place to be. It just depends on what day it is and what's happening in our lives, right? So I just want you to know that I'm thinking of you, and know that I'm sending good, positive energy your way. Okay, so we have it shuffled. I'm going to draw, I think, 4. I'm feeling 4 on this one. So I'm going to draw 4 from this pile and 4 from the other pile. Okay. There's our first one. Second. Third. This one's more towards the bottom. This one here. Fourth. Okay. So that is that deck. Both of these have beautiful imagery on them. Okay. And let's see which one Spirit wants us to find today. Wow, there's a real hidden one here. I say this a lot, but I go for the hidden ones because the truth likes to hide itself. And so I think the ones that are trying to hide themselves really are, to me, a little bit more truthful. It's kind of what Spirit wants us to find. I feel like Spirit wants us to put some energy into finding signs sometimes, so that it knows that we're serious, knows that we really want what we're trying to manifest. Okay. There we go. Here's the piles, all 4 of them. And you can see them pretty well on the camera there. Perfect. Okay, let's see what the first one is here. Oh, before I do this, you can go in columns, you can go in rows, whatever really resonates with you. This is kind of a free-for-all. It doesn't have to be as structured as the piles were, but anything that calls out to you, please know that that is a confirmation from Spirit to you, okay? So we have the shaman and the rattler, the rattlesnake. That's interesting. This is a very interesting combination because I'll go into it a little bit here. So with the rattlesnake, it talks about walking your own path and not minding that other people may be jealous of you, or they may even turn to be an adversary or a person that goes against you, because the snake in and of itself has a lot of enemies out there, right? But it has to do its own thing. It's looking for a way to exist. It's looking for a way to succeed. And it's outside of the cultural norms, which is also interesting. So with this, you have a person that walks independently. And the shaman is interesting too, because this is the gateway into walking independently. And it's less of channeling the culture of humanity. It's more channeling the culture of the rhythm of life, the rhythm of ancient wisdom, and the rhythm and the beat of nature, right? So you are learning from things that have existed much longer than humans here on this earth plane. You are learning from the souls of animals. You are learning from nature itself. And that is what really channels you to walk your own way. So you finding your own beat, your own rhythm to this life, where other people just may not understand you. They may say that you are doing something wrong. But if it doesn't hurt anyone else, if it helps you and helps others around you, there is nothing wrong with it. And you have to make this internal compass yourself. But if you're part of this channel, I would imagine that you have already done this. You know this way. So when you have pressure applied to your life, when others are coming in and saying, do this, don't do that, do this, don't do that, it looks like you retreat to the wild and you take your source in and your information in from Spirit itself. You look to the ancient wisdoms. You look to the pulse of the earth to really guide you along your own path. You are very independent, and where there is pressure being placed upon you, you may go around it. You may circumvent it. You may reinvent or invent a new way of solving the problem without actually going through all of that pressure that's being applied to you. You just kind of step out of the way and do your own thing. That's beautiful. I love it. Let's see what the next one is here. The Eight of Vessels, Rebirth, and the Otter. Oh, I love it. Look how much water is coming through here. And excuse me, this is a seal that we have here. It looks like an otter from the image, but it's actually a seal. And they look very similar, actually. They're probably related somehow. But here we go. So we have the seal and we have the Eight of Vessels. It's rebirth, a time of joyous rebirth, a time to renew yourself and your energy. And with this, we have the seal here. Both are symbolizing looking back and seeing what has gone right and what has gone wrong. I think when the pressure is happening to you in your life, you may be a person that looks back and says, okay, what have I learned up to this point? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Have I been in this situation before? Have I learned from a situation that's similar to this before? And you will say, okay, I have learned this and I have learned that. This will help in this situation. And the seal here is never alone. The seal always has others around it. Now here we see the seal is alone in this picture. However, it is a reminder to just look around because you have people that are there to support you, whether they are spiritual, as in soul-based, in another element or another realm, or here in this 3D earth realm, and you just need to ask. So the fact that you are able to rejuvenate, you're able to call upon that strength once again is wonderful. That will keep you going through this time of pressure, but also looking back and seeing what you have learned is an invaluable skill. So wonderfully done. Let's see what else we have here. We have the 9 of Vessels. Okay. And we also have a chimpanzee. Interesting. All right. Let's see what's going on here. So when the pressure is on for you here, it seems that you call upon the thankfulness and the generosity of life, and you pay it forward. So there are times when you may doubt yourself. There are times when you are looking around to others and seeing how they react. But then you say, okay, I have had good times and I am going to act in this thankful nature. And if you see others around you that are having a hard time, sometimes you volunteer your time, sometimes you give them something. You're very generous in your nature in and of itself. And Spirit is saying that that is a lovely trait to have. When you are under pressure, you may have prepared at a time of when you were actually having a good moment, right? Saying, okay, in the past you've had a great moment. There's a lot of money coming in, or there's a lot of good positive energy coming in. I'm going to store some of this away for when times are not so good, right? So you may store money away, you may store something that's precious away, and just say maybe a memory, like a photograph or something like that, or a poem that you wrote, or something that really resonated with you, maybe a leaf that reminded you of a good time that you just had. You put it away for some other time when the cyclical nature comes into play with this 3D earth realm and times aren't so good. And you say, okay, I'm under a lot of pressure now. Let me look back. Let me see those good times that I've had. Let me be thankful. Let me be generous in that flow of life. And maybe there are other people that are worse off than I am. Even though I'm not feeling the greatest right now, maybe there are others that have it worse than I am. Maybe I can do something for them. And then in turn, you actually get a reward. Not materialistically in nature, but that doesn't really matter to you. It's more the experience. It's more of that blessing, that positive feeling coming back. And then you actually get strength from that, and you can carry on through your own pressure. And that's how you succeed with this pairing here with the chimpanzee and the 9 of Vessels. Very interesting combination. And I've met a few people like this, and they are very special, very wonderful people. Awesome. Let's see what else we have here. We have the Page of Arrows, the little bird and snow, and we have a warthog. All right, let's see what those mean. So with this is actually a wild boar. It looks like a warthog, but it's a wild boar. With this combination here, it's very interesting because with the Page of Arrows, it's all about being creative, bringing up new ideas, having this childlike wonder and seeing things in a different perspective. And the wild boar is all about charging into the pressure, right? Into the situation and taking it by surprise. So you might be one where if you're feeling pressure, you lean into it. You say, oh no, you're not pressuring me. I'm going to pressure you. And this is my new idea. This is how we're going to do it. And let's go. And all of a sudden, you take the pressure that's coming towards you and push back on it, which is amazing. So all of a sudden, you do this kind of martial arts move, and you're like judo flipping the pressure onto its back and saying, nope, that's not happening. I'm surprising you now, and we're going to go this way. So you have this colossal way of just saying, okay, this is how we're going to do it. You have this influence, colossal influence on the situation. And that is something that is also very special. That's more of a leadership role, I would say, or someone that is able to be a consultant, someone that has the ability to turn things around on a dime or very quickly, right? Turn things around on a dime is a saying here in the United States, but someone who can turn things around very quickly. And that is a wonderful aspect to have in a time of pressure, to be able to say, nope, I'm not taking this pressure on me. Let's place it back on you. So that's more of an offensive way of tackling pressure, where these are more defensive or stepping out of the way, right? So very, very interesting, very different ways of handling the pressure coming into this plan that's happening, that's being revealed to you. So I hope this helps you, all of my subscribers, kind of get a little confirmation of who you are and how you would tackle this plan. And we're going to see what your next step is in these plans, okay, if we already have it. And hopefully this all resonates with you, and I'd love to hear some feedback from you. So thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for looking at this subscriber bonus. I appreciate all of you, and know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time.